How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review, and it is some Imperial Stouty Stout action. So everybody loves when I say Stouty. Stout action in the form of Finback Brewing's Faster Than Light. Mad props, Keith. Keith, the beer fucking dealer. He is king shit of Brooklyn, New York, New Jersey, Mountain, and he delivers all the milkshakes to my yard, apparently. So thank you very much, Keith, for dropping it off. It's a little Finback, like I said, Imperial Stoutness, which I like me some Finback. They've had some hits, had some misses, but their stouts usually land pretty damn fucking awesome for me. So I'm super excited to give it a whirl. As far as what this one actually says on the bottle itself, it says Finback, Faster Than Light. It's a bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout. Let's see here. We have ABV-wise, it is coming in at a paltry 11.3% alcohol by volume. And on the side here it says, Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels, 2017. Serve properly, enjoy it with good company. And you should apparently use a snifterish glass and have a cat involved. I don't know if you can actually see that on there, but that's what you should do. So let's give this a whirl. I just got this glass in the mail. Super excited to use it. Just got it. What's it? It's a good fucking glass. It is thin as fuck. I will break this glass someday. Someday very soon. But I figured I might as well get some usage out of it before I break it. It was actually sent to me with a beer from a brewery that I did not want to do yet. So hopefully it doesn't break until I do that beer. So let's see what we got here. Anyway, story time. First things first. Half a pinky finger. Like kind of just around where I like my coffee to look like colored head. Super compact and very, very dark. Very, very dark. It's a bourbon barrel aged beer. You wouldn't expect too much of a head there, but it's also an Imperial Stout, so it's not like you're going to sit here and expect a lighter beer. So it's pretty much to where it needs to be at this point. So, oh yeah, this glass is so fragile. I'm kind of scared to do things with it. Let's see if we can get a nose in this sucker. I think this is going to be alright. Well, better than alright. I'm just trying to be, whatever. There's a really beautiful mixture of spirit, beer, and barrel in this. I'm getting nice, smoky, kind of dense, smoky, burnt kind of charriness from the barrel. You kind of move on. That spirit is there. The bourbon is there. It's nice. It's vibrant. It's hefty. It's fruity. But at the same time, it's not overpowering. And then you get those nice bittering kind of roasted malts that just counterbalance that sweetness from the bourbon. The bourbon, when you get that nice kind of bourbon punch from a lot of beers, you get this like gigantic kind of sweetness. If you have, enough barrel or enough, maltiness, roasted malt, some kind of bittering come on it, whether it be hops or whatever, kind of balance that sweetness. It's great. I feel like there's a nice equal part. It's like that bourbon is nice and big, but then you have that smoky charriness. That smoky charriness kind of brings a little burnt bitterness to it. Then you have those kind of roasted malts with the natural bitterness kind of pulling down that bourbon and just make it be all nipple tightening and shit like that. Yeah, it smells super smooth and super rounded for a beer that says it's a 2017 beer. We're, almost. We're still in February when I'm recording this. February of 2017. So you're talking about 2 months within bottling. How long has it been in the barrel? I don't know. It's definitely been in the barrel longer than that. But you're talking about a beer that's shot out of the barrel and is as rounded in nose as it is now. It's pretty fucking impressive. So, is it going to taste like that? Let's find the fuck out. Cheers. I more bittering, more roasty, and more smoky in the mouth than I anticipated. But that's not a bad thing. It's like, okay, here's the fucking deal. It's delicious. Let's put it that way. You know, maybe it's not the most nuanced beer in the history of mankind, but at the same time, it's not a fucking lug. It's not a fucking Neanderthal fucking moping around, fucking knocking shit over for the sake of knocking shit over. It's got this really nice pseudo-porterish kind of mouthfeel to it. It's not super dense. It's not stout, but it has this kind of fluffy porterness to it, which I like. It gives it a little bit of fucking lightness. I'm getting a ton of marshmallow from the barrel. And I'm also getting a nice hefty amount of smoky charriness from the barrel. Which makes me think like overly burnt marshmallows. Which is one of my favorite childhood memories. You know what I mean? I was that douchebag that totally fucking over toasted a marshmallow and caught it on fire and giggled a little bit, blew it out and ate it. So I didn't roast it to perfection. I would every now and then. I'd be like, okay, I want to taste this to be really nice and get a nice kind of brown and caramelization on the fucking marshmallow. But half the time I'd be like, I'm going to burn it and eat it. While that kind of charred smokiness is not the best tasting thing in the world, it's part of my childhood. And with the combination of the barrel charriness in this combined with the marshmallow from the barrel, I'm getting a lot of fucking memory vibes from this thing. So it's kind of pulling at my heartstrings a little bit. The bourbon. Not nearly as boozy as I thought it was going to be. Based off the nose. Yeah, a lot of those kind of like bittering things from the char of the malts. I keep that in check. But it's very gentle, very welcoming. It's not painful at all to really get this beer down. And you get to the beer, which is a very important part because it is a fucking actual beer. And it's got a really nice bittering malt base to it. I poop on a lot of beers that are overly roasted or overly bittered on a base scale. Old Rasputin comes to mind, Russian Imperial Stout. Some other ones where it's super bittering, whether it be from the malts or the hops, and I'm like, it's just not for me. This tastes like a lot like one of those beers barrel aged in the right way. I'm not against that kind of bittering in a beer. I just want to have it make sense or have balance to it. And this beer seems like it kind of does that. It takes that hefty Imperial Stout kind of roasty toastiness and balances it so well with the booze in the barrel. And it's all about the balance in here. And the fucking balance is fucking key. This is I've talked about it before. This is a very Walter Payton beer. This is a fucking, you know what I mean? It's got some oomph. It's got some power. It's got some fucking run you over shit to it. At the same time, it has some finesse. It has some fucking, you know, ballet style fucking skill to it and gentleness, and it will serenade you, but at the same time will hit you with a little bit of heft. So, yeah, the balance on the last couple Finback barrel aged stouts or stouts in general have been pretty fucking spot on. So, yeah, this does not suck. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better barrel aged stouts I've had as of late? On the outside looking in, it's not no, it's not a yes. And I know I just waxed poetic about how much I like it. It's still missing a component for me. That marshmallow charriness works for me. I don't know if it's going to work for everybody else. But at the same time, I feel like it's missing something that takes it next level. It's fucking enjoyable. It's fantastic. I'm loving the crap out of it. But my fucking picky ass motherfucking self is going to say, just on the edge of the outside looking in. So that's, and it's a combination of had so many great barrel-aged stouts. So that comes into play too. So, yeah. Let's see. Value and availability. Keith, let us know that shit. And just say if you like what we like this. If if you like really, really well-made beers, if you like balance, if you like well-made beers, if you like burnt marshmallows from your childhood, and if you just like breweries that are trying to do fun things and nice things, it's worth picking up because Finback is does not suck. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you didn't, anywhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. Massive beers in all 4 of those places. If you want to check me out, places. And, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.